Morning. Today is my day off, so I will not be going for a run. I try to take a break every other day. We are doing a kitchen DIY project though, so I'll be getting lots of exercise with that. So I guess what I will do is I will just get up and I will go check my weight. So today is a good day. I actually am on the scale right now, and I went down another pound, which is great, which makes me feel so happy because this took such a long time. Whew. And hey, it's only 1 pound, but I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. It's a big deal because for the longest time, maybe about like 4 weeks now, or more, I've been kind of hovering around the same weight. And I was getting worried that I wasn't going to be losing anything else. But yeah, this is amazing. So I'm really happy. I'll take it. Oh, here comes my little munchkin. Gotta go. Hi. Hey. Well, that was high pitched. I figured, maybe I'll give a little bit of a backstory, to the whole weight thing, why it's important to me. By the way, these are my kitchen cabinets right now. Let me show you. I mean, look at that. Disaster. By the way, these things are so cool. These ones up here. When I do the kitchen DIY video, I will let you guys know where you can get these. You literally give your email on this website. So there's like this lady who has this website with tons of different labels and things. And then once you just provide your email for free, you get all these different labels you can put on your things and stuff. It's really cool. Anyway, I'm digressing. So yeah, so basically, I don't normally check my weight every day. I've tried to kind of limit myself to a few times a week. Sometimes I even go like a week or 2 weeks. Because when I kind of plateaued, it would just be very discouraging for me. I'd be like, oh, I'm putting in all this work and like it's not moving anywhere. I mean, I try to be positive and say, well, you know what? I'm not going up. I'm stabilized. You know, what I'm doing is maintaining my weight. But obviously for me, my ideal healthy weight is between 120 to 135 pounds. So right now, as of today, I'm on 148.6, guys. 148.6. I was plateaued at 150, 149 for about, like I said, maybe a month now or so, maybe even a little bit longer. I think it might have been actually a lot longer because I haven't really been keeping track when I first started running again and, you know, trying to be more health conscious. But my healthy weight, the weight that I feel more like at most healthiest is, and I know this can be different for people based on their heights, and I'm 5'3", so I'm pretty short, and oh my god, my cabinet, sorry guys, it's probably not the best place to do this. Okay, so like I said, my goal weight is to get to like 135. Like I feel that will be a good goal to get to, and that's where I feel the most healthiest and stuff. So before I got pregnant, that's where I was at 135. Mind you, before I got pregnant, it was shortly after my wedding. And at that point, when I was getting healthy for my wedding, my motivation was for me to look good in my wedding dress. And let's face it, I think that's what
like a lot of girls want to look good on their wedding day. They want to look sexy, they want to feel pretty, they want to feel great, you know? I mean, whether that's good or bad or whether there's something wrong with our society, I mean, I'm not here to like debate that, whatever. But yeah, I wanted to look good in my wedding dress. So yeah, and you know what? Honestly, looking back at it, I'm not gonna apologize for that. Sure, it could be superficial, narcissistic, whatever. At the end of the day, I wanted to look good. I wanted to feel sexy, and you know what? It was a motivator. It was a motivator for me to get healthy and to stay healthy. And yeah, so I was leading a healthy lifestyle because, and my motivation was my wedding, but it got me to where I wanted to be. So yeah, so basically in the past, whenever I've sort of stopped exercising and stopped really focusing on my weight, and got really lazy, and then I saw that I was gaining a few pounds here and there, it was always very easy for me to lose it. So I always knew if I just start running again, if I get back on my treadmill, if I run outside, the pounds will come off, you know. I might have to limit the amount of chocolate I'm eating. Love chocolate. But, you know, all in all, like, it was easy for me. So before I got pregnant, I was at 135 pounds. And the moment I found out that I was pregnant, I stopped exercising. You know, like, the only exercise I got really was at work, pretty much. I mean, part of that reason was because, like, you know, going to work, coming home, having dinner, and then I would literally just pass out. But then after, I kind of was, like, part of me was scared. I was scared that if I exercised, or if, you know, if I ran, or if I did certain things, I was worried that, you know, I could miscarry, that something could happen to the baby. I don't know, like, I just like, have this image in my head that, like, you know, you're running and then your baby's bouncing up and down, and then, I don't know, like, obviously I'm not a doctor, so I can't, you know, anyway, that's what was going on in my head. But at the same time, I had such an unhealthy view of my body, and my self-esteem was so low that although I ate the most healthiest I've ever eaten, like, I ate like so much vegetables, I had so many vitamins, like, I really made sure that I had what I needed to have, and that she had what she needed to have. But at the same time, I let myself go, and I'm like, I'm gonna have that extra slice or 2 or 3 of pizza. I'm gonna have, you know, 2 bowls of pasta. Like, why not? I love pasta. And, you know, I'm gonna eat all that chocolate. Like, I want it. I'm pregnant. And then, but you know where that was coming from? It was coming from, hey, my belly's growing. I get to show it off. And the thing is, like, with my weight, a lot of it gets concentrated in my face and in my stomach. Like, those are my 2 really trouble areas, I guess you could say. Anyway, maybe they're not trouble areas. But anyway, that's where my weight usually goes. Is my tummy, my face, a little bit of my arms. So, this was like a time where I'm like, my stomach is going to be growing and I'm going to get to show it off. So I can have whatever the heck I want and let it go. Like, this is the time for me to let it go and eat, and, you know, and people are going to be celebrating my weight gain. And I noticed, like, I realize now how low my self-esteem was, you know, and honestly, like, the 9 months or so, like 8 months I was pregnant, I just kind of realized, oh my God, you can really see the cabinets now. Sorry, my cat wanted to go in the basement. So, yeah, so I'm distracted by my own cabinets. Oh my God, I need to stop. I need to really pick a better place to do this. Anyway, so, yeah, so I kind of just let myself go, and I figured, you know, whatever. And then I honestly thought, you know, after I have her, they say breastfeeding will get the weight off, and I was like, you know what, I'll just start running again and pushing myself like I always do. Like, the weight always comes off, right? A big scare, I guess, for me was when I got diagnosed with hypothyroidism. And I was already well into my first trimester when that happened. And it took up to my mid almost mid to end of my second trimester to actually stabilize my medication for my thyroid. And that was a big worry for me during my pregnancy, because obviously the thyroid hormone is very important in development of organs and things like that. And she was born at a pretty low birth rate, and although no one really wants to talk about reasons why, I think part of it could have been the thyroid. But then this is just me, I'm not a doctor. No one has really confirmed or denied when I've asked them, so they always say, oh, it's hard to tell. They're more concerned as long as her organs are okay and things like that. I mean, that's the main thing, right? So anyway, so I got diagnosed with this hypothyroidism thing, which was new. And sometimes they say, like, after pregnancy it goes away. My thyroid specialist said no. He said most likely I had this before I was pregnant, which is really important in girls. Like, or if you're trying to get pregnant, like, go for a physical before you try. Like, get your blood work done. Let your doctor know you're trying to get pregnant and get the test done. My physical before I was pregnant, I think, was 2 years, maybe 2.5 years before, and my thyroid levels then were fine, so it had to occur within that 2-year period. So I mean, like, I did kind of have some guilt about that. I'm like, I should have been a little bit more, I mean, it's proactive. I don't know, more responsible. Like, I was trying to get pregnant, but I didn't get the right things done. Anyway, this is way longer than I want it to be. I was gonna make this so much shorter. Anyway, so yeah, so now I have hypothyroidism. And the thing is, like, I've also have heart palpitations, and I've had those for about 6 years now, I think it is. So what they were scared of with the medication for the hypothyroidism, because usually heart palpitations can get caused with hyperthyroidism, like when your thyroid is overactive, but mine is underactive. So it's kind of like a lazy thyroid, basically. It doesn't produce enough hormones or of T4 or T3, and like they don't convert, things like that. Anyway, I'm not a doctor again, so I don't have enough of that hormone. So that affects your metabolism, it affects your energy levels, it can affect memory loss. There's a whole slew of things that it can affect. So basically, it's very important. Like, it's a little organ, but it's very important for your body to actually function. She's laughing. So cute. Anyway, register. Like, when I was pregnant, the hypothyroidism, I was just mostly worried about her. I wasn't really like thinking about what it's doing to my body, but more or less what it was doing, making sure that she would get everything she needed. Anyway, so, oh yeah, I brought up the heart palpitations. Sorry, this is all over the place. So I brought up the heart palpitations because they were worried, because the medication that they give you, it's to basically wake up the thyroid, or to like produce the hormones for the thyroid. But if you're on of a high dosage, one of the side effects of the medication is heart palpitations. And because I already had heart palpitations, they were very worried that, like, putting me on this medications, it would increase my heart palpitations. So they had to really increase it in really small dosages. So that's why it also took them a while to get my levels balanced, because they were increasing me at very small dosages because of the heart palpitations. I mean, when it comes to your thyroid or your heart, obviously your heart trumps the thyroid, right? So you gotta take care of that first. So yeah, so anyways, but it worked out. The only trouble that I had with my heart palpitations and my thyroid medication was after my pregnancy, where literally my levels for about a year were all over the place. Like, it was active, it was underactive, it was get off the medications, get on the medication. Oh my gosh, your dosage is too high. Like, there was a time where my dosage was way too high, where I would literally be sitting and I would feel like my heart was pumping out of my chest. Which I've never felt with the palpitations. Like, I feel them, and I'll feel them like here and there, but it was never like you know, I would sit down and all of a sudden I'd be like, oh my God, like what's going on? So anyway, my thyroid levels are good now. Like it's gotten them, you know, it's taken them a while to regulate, but I think they finally have been able to do that. So it's good. So knock on wood. I still have to do blood work every so often and stuff. But at this point, my levels are good. They're good enough, even so that, like, and my doctor's very good at this. Like, they're good to the point where if I want to get pregnant, because there's a level where it's normal for a woman to have, but if she's trying to get pregnant, the number has to be like in a certain it has to be lower, because you need more of it during your pregnancy, right? So the number I'm right now is ideal for myself, and as well if I wanted to get pregnant. So it's kind of like a good feeling inside, knowing that, like, hey, if like we do end up getting pregnant right now, not that we're trying right now, but I'm just saying if we do, it'll be okay. So anyways, my whole point, and I've gone way past what I want to talk about, and I'm sorry, this is so long and you probably don't want to even listen to me anymore at this point, is at the end of my pregnancy, because I wasn't taking care of myself, and also you know, it kind of went hand in hand. I started getting, they had to induce my labor because my blood pressure went really high. I had really high protein in my urine. They were worried I was developing preeclampsia, so they had to induce me. And then they said that my hypertension, my high blood pressure, would go away after they gave birth, but it didn't. And I had to see my doctor every 3 months for about a year and a half after she was born. Well, pretty much, like maybe until up to now, like only a couple months ago. Did I have to stop seeing him so often? Because my blood pressure was just up and down, and there was times where it was so high, and then it would be normal, and then not. It was crazy. And I remember closer to my mat leave, I had to do a physical test for a new job that I got, and the guy that was doing it almost didn't perform the test on me because of my blood pressure, because it was getting so high. So the whole point of this is, when I started running again, first I noticed it made a huge difference in my hypertension. Sorry, I just had to switch where I was. I'm just going to keep this short and sweet because this has gone way over what I wanted it to go over. Basically, when I started running again and exercising, and actually shout out to my friend Mary, who shortly before the lockdown brought me to do some spin classes as well. So I had already started with the app and I already started running. Going to a spin class really kind of showed me how, like, really I am not in shape at all physically. So it really started pushing me to really try to exercise and run more and push myself more. And that's honestly where I started seeing really good, consistent blood pressure when I started doing that. So a part of me sort of thinks that because I wasn't the healthiest towards the end of my pregnancy, especially, as well as right after, I feel that is what contributed to the hypertension. Obviously, there was probably other factors involved as well, but that's, you know. So, I mean, so for me, trying to get down to, my goal is 135 pounds. For me to try to get down there, it's not just because I want to feel great, I want to look great, which honestly, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I do. I want to feel sexy. I want to look great. I want to wear cute outfits. It's going to be the summertime. I want to look great in that bikini. And listen, I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting that. I want it. I do. I want to look good. Like, that's the truth. But at the same time, there's also that other thing in me where I need to be healthy. I need to be strong. My heart needs to be healthy. I need to feel good. I need to feel energized. And that's another thing with hypothyroidism. Like there's some days where you're so tired, like it's like you're in a cloud. Exercise brings my energy levels up. I need to feel that. So yeah. So there's a whole slew of reasons, and I'm doing this for my health. I need to be strong, and like when we start planning baby number 2, if we're blessed to have baby number 2, I want to make sure that my body is in the best place it could be, so that I could be as strong as I can be to carry another child, hopefully. So there's a lot of reasons, and I'm not ashamed of any one of them. And I just thought I'd give you guys a background so you sort of know where I'm coming from. Yeah. So I think what I'll probably do is I'll probably record myself over like maybe a week-long period and kind of keep you guys on this journey. I'm gonna try to record my good days and my bad days. Today was my good day. I've had a lot more bad days than I've had good days. So I will try my very best to be honest and realistic about those. Okay, and hopefully you guys can join me on this journey. And again, my goal is, maybe there's someone out there like me, because when I was looking on YouTube to try to find inspirations, a lot of the things I found was a before and after. And to be honest with you, those kind of things aren't very motivating to me, because even though people have said that it's taking them 9 years or 5 years or 3 years or whatever, I kind of want to see the in between. So anyways, maybe this will help somebody, and yeah. So thank you to all of you who have kind of started following me on Instagram and following this journey and watching my videos. They're not gonna be perfect. I'm not perfect. You know what? One of these goals is to maybe learn more stuff about vlogging and YouTubing and making great videos for you guys. So hopefully these videos will get better and better. All right, take care.